Yeah, it's just trusting each other. The best thing about this team is we believe in each other, and every single time we hit the field, we leave everything we have. But the job's not finished. We're going to Tampa. We're trying to run it back.
You're going to Tampa? You're going to try and run it back against the Tampa Bay Bucks and Tom Brady, who you faced 4 other times, but this one's for the Lombardi Trophy. What is it going to take against Brady and that team down in their home?
We just got to be ourselves. I trust my guys over anybody. And we're going to go out there, be ourselves, and be who we are.
Just an incredible job today. Congratulations, Kansas City. We will see you in Tampa for Super Bowl 55.
What's up, YouTube? I'm Scotty. This is Scotty Says. Hey, well, the Super Bowl matchup is set. Super Bowl 55, a double nickel, coming up 2 weeks from today in Tampa Bay. And for the first time, the Tampa Bay Bucks will be playing in their home stadium in the Super Bowl. And they'll be playing against the defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, so look at the matchup. Brady, the old GOAT. Mahomes, the young gun. You know what? I can't wait to see this game. It is going to be a remarkable game on many levels. There's a lot to get into and cover. But first, by all means, please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Because I'm going to throw a hot Rams take in. You know I got to. Before this is all said and done. Listen, this is the conclusion I have reached, okay? I have bet against Tom Brady on numerous occasions. Now, a couple of times, it turned out I was right, like against the Giants in those Super Bowls. But by and large, it's not a winning proposition to bet against the old GOAT. And, I'll say this. I have been reluctant to embrace the old GOAT. Namely because I'm a Rams fan. And I remember, as the old dude says, because I was there. But I remember when Brady first appeared on the scene. At that time, the Rams were a juggernaut. The greatest show on turf was in full effect. St. Louis Rams. I'm going to do a video about the LA St. Louis Rams rift. But for now, let me just say, as a Rams fan, I remember Brady coming along and replacing an injured Drew Bledsoe. And that season, that 0-1 season, the Rams went on to run a 14-2 record out there en route to the Super Bowl, where they were prohibitive favorites against Tom Brady, who was at that time considered a game manager. Tom Brady and the Patriots ended up playing the Rams in that Super Bowl. That was the Super Bowl that launched New England on their dynasty and Tom Brady on his magical storybook career. But I remember that earlier in that season, the Rams played New England and Tom Brady in New England. And the Rams won that game. But New England mucked up the game. It was a grimy, slow, messy game. It wasn't greatest show on turf at all. And even though the Rams won that game, it was foreshadowing of what was to come. And sure enough, when the Rams met up with them again in the Super Bowl, even though the Rams at that point were prohibitive favorites, you have to remember, that was when Belichick really came to prominence. Remember, how they illegally taped the Rams The Greatest Show walkthrough the day before the Super Bowl. Belichick started then. And so there you see is where my, I will say my animus with New England and by default Tom Brady started. With, learning that they really did pull some foul skullduggery, flim-flam trickery against my Rams in that Super Bowl, which they won on that field goal by Vinatieri at the last second. But that's where it started. And Tom Brady has gone on to be from game managing Tom to all-out, balling-out GOAT Tom. And now I think it's safe to say it wasn't Belichick all along. And people said, that was a debate for some time. Is it Belichick or is it Brady? What's really the engine that makes that dynasty run? I think now it's safe to say it wasn't Belichick. Belichick, they look old and ragged this year without Brady. But look at the old GOAT. He went to a team they've called many different things, including the Succaneers. And in his first year there, Super Bowl. And whether he wins or not, the fact that adding that one individual into that mix projects them to the Super Bowl, to me, that's remarkable. That is the essence of what a GOAT is. You take him out of a situation in New England, they're garbage. You put him into a garbage situation in Tampa Bay, they're championship caliber playing in the Super Bowl. So I've reached the conclusion you can't bet against this guy. Now, having said that, I'm not going to give my picks for the Super Bowl yet. I need to ponder on it a little longer. But I see the magic. This guy is amazing. And he didn't have the best game in the world. A couple of those picks were Jared Goff-like. Horrific. Like, hold your nose. Like, oh, GOAT, what are you doing? But then there were some throws the old GOAT zipped in like darts, and his receivers, young guys couldn't. They were like, woo, came in too hot. Perfect spirals, darts. So it's really offensive to even put the old GOAT and Jared Goff in the same sentence. My bad. But just even if not having a flawless game, that cult of personality, that belief that he instills in other people, the other players on the Bucs believe they can go and win a Super Bowl because they're running with Brady. They're like, hey, it's our turn now. We got the old GOAT. So, I just want to say props and you know, I have stepped into the light. No question about it. The guy's the GOAT, and we'll see what happens because Mahomie, he's the young guns. He's the heir apparent. He's the next one coming. No telling what level or heights he might be able to attain. So, I'm looking extremely much forward to seeing this particular game play out. I can't wait. As far as my Hot Rams take, this is what I'd say. I was thinking about this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan Fitzpatrick started with the Rams. I think they drafted him. Mike Martz drafted him, I think. And then he went all around, all about, or maybe they got him really early from somewhere. Wouldn't it be interesting if, without even necessarily unloading Goff, now if you can unload Goff, unload him, I'm all for it. As I've postulated about getting Deshaun. But if you could find a way to snatch Ryan Fitzmagic off of the Miami Dolphins roster, they don't want to use him. They're infatuated with Tua. They don't believe in him. They're looking toward the future. He's an older guy. There's something about Fitzmagic. The guy balls out. And if you could put him on the Rams roster, have an open competition, Wolford, Fitzmagic, and the golfer, if he's still there. You have those three guys on your roster, assuming you can't figure out a way to pull in the big fish, Deshaun. And you let him have an open competition, may the best man win. And I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Fitzpatrick still got enough to lead the Rams as starting quarterback next season until they can figure out the long-term answer. But I'm sure McVay is working on it. And in McVay, I trust. Hey, this is Scotty. Scotty says like, subscribe, share. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. One love.
Tom, 3 consecutive wins on the road. When we spoke this week, you talk about how difficult this game is. The game to get to the Super Bowl, in particular on the road. How were you guys tested today at Lambeau?
Well, it's a great football team. They've been playing well all season, and to come beat them at home, there were 9,000 fans. It felt like a little more than 9,000, but just great to get another road win. And now we got a home game. Who would ever thought, a home Super Bowl for us? But we did it.
Tom, just real quickly.
Bring some other people up. Come on.
Okay, let's get Bruce Arians up.
And I'll just end with this. Green Bay is a good team. And they've got great players. And you saw in the battle of the old legends, it really wasn't a contest. Brady versus Aaron, I'll take Brady over Rodgers every time. He elevates his teammates. They believe Tom Brady. You saw Aaron Rodgers statistically had a better game than Tom Brady, but they lost. And you could see how the Bucks, they jumped on them early. They came in, they believed. Unlike with the Rams came in like kind of tipping and tapping. They weren't sure about quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. No, the Bucks came in confident. And that earlier game they played in week 6, that wasn't an anomaly. I picked Green Bay because Green Bay looked like a machine going into this game. They were the number 1 seed. They dismantled the Rams offensively. You heard Aaron Rodgers bragging about he was never touched. Well, the Bucks came in and they smacked him in the mouth. Jumped on him. Rodgers got touched. I think he had 5 or 6 sacks. Hurried. And, they had enough of a running game to get by. That Fournette run for a touchdown, that was a thing of beauty. Brady elevates these guys. The receivers play well enough. There were some drops, and Brady overthrew a couple. But as a team, they're strong. And then when you look at Green Bay, look at the question marks. It seemed that Green Bay didn't want it bad enough. Rodgers didn't want it bad enough. That key sequence, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, and Rodgers had open field, both opportunities, but especially that 3rd and goal, it was wide open real estate. He could run it in for a touchdown. And, that end of the 4th quarter, this is for the game. It wasn't a first quarter business decision. You're trying to win the game to go to the Super Bowl. Aaron, R-E-L-A-X Rodgers. Run it in there. But instead of taking that opportunity to run, maybe he might have gotten hit at the one, but go win the game. Nope. He tries to wedge in a dart in a guy that's basically triple covered at the goal line. The pass is incomplete. It happened consecutive downs, second and third. Third was even more egregious than second. And then Matt LaFleur. Man, you elect to kick the field goal there? Really? You give the ball back to the goal where he can run it out and you never get the ball again? Do you know who you just gave the ball back to? You got to score a touchdown there. Even if you fail, you got them pinned back against the 2 or whatever. A field goal? And you heard Aaron Rodgers in the presser after the game. He was like, well, that wasn't my decision. I don't know my future. That wasn't my decision. If he's not comfortable in Green Bay, if there's some issues there with LaFleur and Rodgers, I'll tell you what, there's a soft landing spot in Southern California, the brand new stadium with a ready-made team that'd love to have Aaron Rodgers for a year or two. So give that some thought, powers that be. Anyway, I'm Scotty. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave me a comment. One love.